1979 Oldsmobile W30, 67,000 actual miles, cold AC. Let's take it for a test drive. This is a really cool car. It is a 1979 Oldsmobile W30, and it is a factory W30. The easiest way to decode it is the R in the VIN. So this is a real W30 in 1979. They made just under 2,500. I think it was actually 2,499. Don't quote me exactly, but it's right around that 2,500 mark. They had them in black and gold like this, and they also had them in white and gold. For the black and gold, they made 1,334 of them, so definitely a low production setup when it came to the black and gold W30s. And this is a 67,325 documented mile car. It is an actual mile car. We have some registrations with the miles on it, and just judging by the originality of it, there is no question marks that it is a 67,000 mile survivor car. Runs and drives absolutely fantastic. The W30s came with the upgraded Oldsmobile 350 instead of the 307. So you have the 350, makes 170 horse and 275 foot-pounds of torque. So not a race car, but really runs well for what it is. These are really good cruising cars. Factory AC has been converted to R134A. Blows really nice and cold. I got it on the AC right now. You kick the blower motor on, puts a good volume of AC coming out of the dash. It's not terribly hot outside today. I got my sweatshirt on, so I don't really need a whole lot of air, but we'll leave it on to just make it a little bit more comfortable in here. Front disc brakes, power steering, exhaust sounds really good, has a really good exhaust note. Really when you rev it up, it sounds really aggressive. When you're just cruising, you don't really hear the exhaust a whole lot unless you shift it over into the manual shift here and bang through the gears, which we will do on our return trip, because that's one of the coolest things about these cars is the Hurst shifter. It's kind of a his and hers. You put it in drive and go, or you can shift it over and put it into 1, 2, and 3 and shift through the gears. Turbo 350, 3-speed automatic transmission, factory rear end in the back. Awesome driving W30. Interior is your factory caramel tan interior. Some little hairline cracks over here on the driver's side right outside the speaker grill. The little A-pillar plastics through the windshield on the very lower corner have a little bit of plastic kind of like deteriorating. Same thing with the door panels. The lower plastics have a little bit of chalkiness to them and some little scuffs, but overall the interior is very nice. One small little spot on the seat bottom in the back. You'll see photos of all of this stuff in the additional informations tab on the website pcclassiccars.com. Factory gauges, power driver seat, you have tilt, you also have cruise. The cruise is one of the few things not working. So the cruise isn't working. You have the little button on the dash here. You put the cruise on and you push the button to get it to engage, and I wasn't able to get the cruise to work. I do not know if the rear defrost works. You can kick it on, you can kick it off. It is obviously in the back window there. I just can't see the little light illuminating, so again, I don't know if the power is getting to the rear defrost switch. The power antenna is there when you kick the stereo on. The stereo works, it's just the power antenna is not going up. And then the couple other little things is the voltage gauge isn't reading accurate, and then the fuel gauge is kind of moving around a little bit. So I would suggest maybe a new fuel sending unit at some point, but that's really small stuff. The additional informations tab on the website pcclassiccars.com does say that the fuel gauge is a yes, but I kind of call it intermittent on the fuel gauge because it is kind of moving around some. And then same thing with that voltage gauge. But if you need clarification, anything, call up to the dealership and we'll kind of go over it with you. But some small things not working, but the air is cold, the heat does work. And since we are in a W30 and we do have the ability to switch through the gears, we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're down into 1 here and we'll bang through the gears. Check out that old 350. Second gear, a little bit heavier acceleration there, and then you shift it up into 3. Again, you don't have to shift the car. If you want to leave it in just automatic, you just put it over and drive and you're good to go. If you do want to shift through the gears, it's got this little plate that you can slide to the very far right, and you can pull it down into the gears. But as you can see here, you can switch it over. We're in 3rd gear. We can pull it down to 2nd, wind it up a little bit more. shift to third. Just a really cool setup that these have in it. Interior, again, is really clean. Seats are comfortable. You have the little spot in the back seat, and then the headliner is sagging some. I forgot to mention that. On the underneath, very solid car. No rust issues of any kind. Floors look great. Frame is great. Trunk's great. Drop downs look good. No damage of any kind. Again, there's no Carfax for anything before 1981, but we do have some registrations that have the miles accurately on there. And again, just judging by the originality of this car, it's a no-nonsense 67,000 mile survivor. Exterior, again, these cars came in 2 color combos, black and gold like this one. They made 1,334 of them, and then you also had the white and the gold. Just under 2,500 of these actual or total production for the 79 W30. Paint is original. It's got thin spots on the roof. It's got some imperfections kind of around the car. The sail panels on both sides in the black are a little thin as well. But it is original paint. It is, again, for a lack of a better term, it's a survivor style car. For me, I like the originality of it. It's a car that's never been apart as far as I can tell. Banging down in the first here. You have your factory wheels, good tires all the way around. And for being an original car, you have your wear items. It's a little thin in the paint in some spots. If someone wanted to cosmetically restore this, you could, but I really like the originality of it. The doors open and close great. The bumpers are original as well, have a little bit of age to them. You'll see photos of all this stuff in the additional information tab on the website, again, pcclassiccars.com. But for the price point, this is an awesome car. It drives fantastic. It's very unique. I've always been a huge fan of the W30s. Suspension performs great. Steering is the original components as well. No shakes, no rattles, no vibrations of any kind. You have your factory front and rear sway bars. Driving position is super comfortable. Again, you have tilt. The tilt goes up really far. I really enjoy shifting these into all the gears, so I'm going to roll it down back into first here, and we're going to roll into the throttle here a little bit. Again, not a race car with 170 horse, but it is still fun to shift through the gears if you got the ability to do that. And these Hurst shifters are cool. Console opens and closes properly. You got to push the button in and the console will open, and then you have your glove box over here as well, which opens and closes as I say that, and then it doesn't want to stay shut. There we go. You got to turn the little knob. Inside the trunk is really clean, really original back there. Nothing's out of place. Shows great. Same thing with the engine compartment. It's all factory OE looking in there. This is the numbers matching Olds 350 for the W30. The VIN is clearly stamped on the pad on the side of the block. It's on the driver's side. If you get up underneath the car, you can clearly see the VIN there. I do have a photo of that in the additional information tab on the website, pcclassiccars.com. Fluids are all good. Charging system's doing its job. No overheating issues. We're running about 185, 190 degrees. Factory tax working, speedo's working, odometer's rolling like it should. You do have your factory clock here. It's not set to the correct time. You just push it in, and then you turn the dial to get the clock working properly. But the second hand over on the very, very far right is rolling, so the clock does appear to be working, which is pretty cool. Nice carpet. It's probably original, and then you have good floor mats as well. All right, we'll bang through the gears one final time here. I did forget to mention you do have power windows. They do work. If you try to put both of them down at the exact same time, they're a little bit slow, but they will work. There's second gear, good positive shift. And there's third gear. Really cool W30. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1979 Oldsmobile W30 with 67,000 actual miles. Cold AC from myself and everybody else here at PC Classic Cars. We appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drive videos. Make sure you check out that additional information tab on the website, pcclassiccars.com. Check out the content across all of the social platforms, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks again for watching.